Oh, so this is just on normal mode.
It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore.
Yeah, so I figured that what I'm going to do is, since I'm planning to play through all of the stories on stream, I'm not going to do much in the way of grinding. I'm going to try to streamline the story as best as I can. Which means I'm going to take all the help I can get in the form of difficulty. So I'm playing on normal mode. With the casual settings, of course. Anyway, let's continue.
These days I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garreg Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
We can have a little fun. We could call Jeralt a stranger. Or just claim we're a bandit. But, no, it
Is that
is
so? Well,
technically
physical
true.
differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain.
That is our connection
I'd
to
love for you
Jeralt.
to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you?
I mean, didn't we just have a job to do?
What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seiros.
The Knights of Seiros? They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
Like, for real. Don't we...
I appreciate
Shouldn't we
your
have a
help there.
contract or something?
Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Jeralt, the Bladebreaker, former captain of the
I'm
Knights
not
of Seiros,
too worried about
oft
getting...
praised as the strongest knight to ever live.
Oh,
Have I missed anything?
alright, just so I'm not talking over anyone. I'm not too pressed on getting the best positive reactions. I mean, kind of the nature of doing multiple playthroughs anyways, that I'll probably explore them all anyway. So, I appreciate the suggestion, but it's okay. Yeah, I didn't know he was a captain.
How curious. I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers Academy at Garreg Mach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. you never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
You can tell they're
Your
all
skill
friends.
is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now. I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well?
Alright, I'm sure we'll get the opportunity to learn about all three of these nations. But, let's see, how does it work? Basically, you've got the Adrestian Empire, which is the oldest nation on the continent. At least as far as I recall. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus, I believe... Oh, how does it work? Did they split off from the Empire? One of the other two nations split off from the Empire at some point. And then the Leicester Alliance, I forget how they pronounce it. They haven't said it yet, so I'm going to have to wait to be corrected on that one. That one is a relatively new nation. A league of nobles, as it says. But this time around, we're going to go with the Empire.
A wise choice. Though the Empire has fallen from its former glory, the other regions are merely offshoots that pale in comparison.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
My, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique.
We'll keep up with the Empire choices. Refined. Oh, well, I guess we'll just get a little description of all of them. It seems quite sincere, but darkness lurking beneath. And Claude. With an easy smile. But he doesn't smile with his eyes.
I thought the same. I am so sleepy once again.
He'll never make it on America's Next Top
I may
Model.
be sleeping,
Tyra Banks would be so disappointed.
Part 1. White Clouds. Great Tree Moon. 3 houses. The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land.
Oh, here's our
In the south
history lesson.
lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance.
Lester.
Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these three mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
And nothing bad will ever happen to them.
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough. There it is. Garrick Mock Monastery.
Oh, here she is. She's doing that on purpose.
Ray is here.
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
Oh, it was really more the stoppage and reversal of time that brought us there, when you think about it.
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now,
You been here before, Captain Dad?
I've never spoken of this to you before, but many years ago, I was a knight here. I reported to the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Once again, dialogue options that are basically the same thing.
As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seiros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Jeralt. My name is Seteth. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Jeralt. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place, I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name?
My name is...
A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy. Jeralt, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seiros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
I can't believe it. forced back into the Knights of Seiros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
My services? What could they want with me? I mean, I'm a mercenary, so do they want to hire me as a mercenary?
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it. You
Oh,
heard
come
those
on.
brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
All right. So, still, after all this time, I think it's incredibly ridiculous that we had one run-in with 3 students of the academy, and suddenly we're being forced into becoming a professor. I mean, I know it's an officer's academy, so, you know, fighting is what it's all about, but still. Yeah, Manuela, she doesn't hold anything back. We'll ask her about being a songstress.
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Mittelfranc Opera Company is beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses.
Title drop.
I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each, have you?
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain. The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin.
All right, makes sense so
The
far.
Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Okay.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
What
I'll
a
say.
coincidence.
I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Jeralt's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Jeralt character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flayn is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Seteth, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the church, especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
I guess that's the other thing that's so weird about being made a professor is that our character is can't be more than about 21. I mean, if Jeralt left the church before we were born. And I guess now we gotta get our first glimpse at all our potential students. But as a reminder, I'm not going to be trying to recruit any students from outside the class. Not for now, at least. Since I'm planning on playing all the stories eventually, my thinking here is I'll just let each student get a chance to shine in their natural route.
Of course.
Alright, so we can actually explore around the monastery. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright, so let's get our first task.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers' Academy, correct? To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me.
Alright, so we'll take it. Well, we have to accept it. Yeah, the different icons goes... The exclamation mark means new quest. The text means it's in progress, and the check mark means it's done. So, let's go explore around a little. Anytime you see... like these orangish borders, that means you can get some new info.
I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role.
Just a little
They
conversation.
ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
Alright. Eventually we're gonna get fast travel, but for now we gotta hoof it. Yeah, mini map. We can change the zoom like so. Pull up the whole thing if needed. Big place. Weird that there's so much chatter and yet... Yeah, there isn't anyone here except for Edelgard.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresfelk. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
So when you talk to the leaders, you can get little profiles of them. So we'll start here.
Well, some think I'm a bit distant, arrogant even, but there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
So you can, see stats, see the strengths, weaknesses. Every character has this defining ability. Let's see here. Swap display just zooms in.
Me? Well,
okay, I don't need to hear that. It's the same thing. Alright, next let's find out about Hubert.
Is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
Let's get a close-up of this guy's face. He's definitely trustworthy, just by looking at him.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Iron, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status.
That's an interesting way to put it. He seems nice enough, though.
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire.
Oh, Linhart. Love this guy. Just focuses on whatever he feels like, and he's really good at it. But just likes to sleep a lot.
He's the second son of Count Bergliez. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself. He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him.
A second son with something to prove. That's Caspar. Alright. Bernadetta.
She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry, I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
Oh, that ability, though. Persecution complex. +5 attack when HP is not full. That's pretty powerful. Yeah, we'll meet more of her later.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
So this is... There's kind of an interesting thing going on with having commoners and nobles, but we'll have to get into that a little later.
To the west of Fodlan is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Alright, well that seems to be all of the members of the Black Eagles. Do I still have to talk to her?
I never I wonder if I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone.
Alright, no. Well, let's follow the mini-map markers.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone?
This time we're going to say no. I've already got my plan kind of drawn out, so we're just going to skip the details for now.
Apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Byleth, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the Blue Lions catch your attention?
Again, we're just going to skip all that. So our quest is now officially done. We've got our prizes. We'll just take the fast travel back.
How are you enjoying your time at the Academy thus far? I hope you have found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls.
I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our 3 houses of students. I must note that I am personally against entrusting someone as lacking in trackable history as yourself with such a task. But it is as the Archbishop desires.
The Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. All so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them.
Since you are new here, we have decided to allow you first pick. Manuela and I will take charge.
That sure is convenient. Alright, well I've already decided we're going with the Black Eagle house to kick things off.
So you have chosen the Black Eagles led by Edelgard, correct? Your heart has made its choice then. All I ask is that you guide these open minds with virtue, care, and sincerity.
They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate what an honor it is to lead them.
Brother? Oh, I am so sincerely sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
I'm in the middle of something, Flame. Is it urgent?
No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this?
This is our newest professor at the Academy.
Oh my! A new addition to the Officers' Academy! I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Sedith's little sister, Flame. I am so happy to make your acquaintance.
Well, she seems cute
Let
enough.
us focus on the topic at hand. There is something you should be aware of. In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the 3 houses, intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. That is all.
Man, I can't believe we're jumping in with a mock battle. But, alright. I'm down for that.
So our new professor is you? I didn't see that one coming.
Easy, Caspar. Aren't you being a bit rude?
You know it's a waste of time to expect politeness from him. It will be a pleasure learning from you, Professor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to take a nap.
Don't look at me like that! Oh, and please don't talk to me too much either.
I'm sorry for the chaos you've walked into.
I hear we are rather close in age, Professor. I hope you do not mind if we treat you like one of us. In our class, we try to treat each other as equals, despite any differences in age or status. Personally, I would love to include you in that inner circle.
Oh, I guess I don't mind.
You have a gut, Professor. I will take great joy from your teachings.
Petra, I believe you mean to say that our professor has guts. That's a bit different from having a gut. You can't go around saying someone so slim and attractive has a gut.
Oh, please take my apologies. I have not yet mastered this language.
Professor, I want you to know that it's perfectly acceptable for you to treat me as you do the others. I may be the Imperial Princess, but here at the Academy, I'm just another student. That said, know that I have high expectations of you, and high hopes. But I'm certain you can lead the Black Eagle House to greatness.
Sure. Now let's break the ice with a training session. I want to see our new teacher in action.
Why will the ice be broken? Is this a custom I have missed in my studies?
Not real ice, just the ice of, well, it just means let's get to know each other.
I don't want to train! Let's stay in the classroom and learn from a book.
Let's all calm down and have a nice cup of tea, how about? Doesn't that sound lovely, Professor?
So I do like these conversations where you get to meet the characters, learn about their personalities. Good stuff.
I know we all agree to treat each other as equals, but there is a limit to what I can tolerate. The esteemed Black Eagle House requires order.
Looks like your first job will be to quiet down this racket. I don't envy you.
They're not normally this rowdy. I do hope you can manage, Professor.
I'm sure we'll be fine, probably. One other thing about the little sprite at the bottom, you can make it jump. That's it. That's about all I have to add. Ah, cool. Got some cash.
Say, while you're here, I'd like to use this device I designed to determine whether the power of a crest resides within you. Won't hurt a bit. Promise.
Ah, it's time to learn about
You
crests.
don't know about crests? Well, allow me to tell you everything, absolutely everything about them. Is your calendar clear? This will take a while. Crests are a fascinating topic, but before one can dive deeply into said topic, one must first understand what crests are.
Ah.
They are power incarnate.
You have to start at the beginning. Imagine that.
They are said to have been bestowed upon humans by the goddess countless ages ago. They exist within the flesh and are passed down through bloodlines. Those who carry crests may excel at magic, display exceptional strength, or any number of boons. Each crest has its own power, the nature of which is beyond mortal understanding. For now.
Alright, so crests make people stronger, better at something.
I suspect as much, yes. but we won't know for sure unless I look into the matter. As I said, crests are passed down through the blood. However, just because someone carries a crest does not necessarily mean their descendants will inherit it as well. Only a scarce few descendants of a crest's bloodline end up inheriting that crest's power.
Ah, so we got genetics
Perhaps
involved.
one of your ancestors bore a crest, and you just happen to inherit it. That is how a crest usually presents itself, after all.
Alright, well, do what you can.
Yes,
Let's find
of
out.
course. I'll get to the bottom of it straight away. Now then, please go ahead and hold out your arm over this device here. What is this? A pattern I've never seen before. Is it possible an as yet undiscovered crest has been detected? To think there are still crests out there that even I am unaware of. How thrilling! Pardon my unrestrained jubilation. I have much to consider. You may leave now. I have more research to do in regard to this crest. Yes, so very much more research. But for now, your work here is done.
Alright, so we've got a crest.
This line here be indicating. Perhaps it represents a lack of symmetry. Or perhaps... What in the world? Oh, I see. It may be connected to that.
I guess he's
to a greater degree than usual.
kind of off in his own little world now. We should probably just leave him be. Alright, the DLC, yeah, just... Oh my god, so much stuff.
With each moon, professors of the
All right.
Officers' Academy receive a schedule for the month ahead. It
When-
notes the days on which events and missions will take place that month. Pay careful attention to your schedule, so that you may thoughtfully plan what you intend to do each month and when.
We're not going to worry too much about the DLC content for now. Extra costumes and such, but don't worry about it. Alright, so yeah, we've got a calendar. Generally, the way it works is Sundays are your days off. It's when you can explore around or do some other things. Although our options are limited because it's our first day off, go figure. So we're just going to explore around. DLC supplies, no. Bulletin board. The bulletin board just kind of tells you what quests are available. And these are all pretty easy. We're just going to be exploring around. Journal, we're not going to worry about that.
These are the students' quarters. To better help you supervise them, you also have a room here. Your room is here at the end. Commoner students also reside on the first floor, while the second is primarily for students of noble birth. As a rule, we try to avoid discrimination based on social status here, but the nobility can be quite insistent when it comes to matters of propriety. Speaking of, it would be best for you to avoid improper conduct. I expect you to set a good example for the students.
And you know what? That's fair. I should probably not do improper things as a professor.
I'm not too keen on the professor of my class. I really hope to focus more on strategy. Maybe I should talk to my professor about transferring to a different class.
Of course, there are plenty of students here that are unnamed. I don't know what their deal is. But that was a little hint of how you recruit other students to your class. If you can focus on your own abilities and get them to a high enough level, other students will be interested in joining. Alright, so let's
the
see.
upcoming mock battle. I want you to know, Professor, that I do not intend to lose. I hereby declare my intention to prevail at... Goodness, listen to me. The thrill of competition has carried me away. I won't speak so formally of a class assignment in the future.
Oh, you do you. You're not in my class.
Let me know when you are hungry. I will make you a quality meal, as thanks for your service to His Highness.
Oh, hey.
I have a request.
Okay. Grow plants in the greenhouse. Sounds easy enough. I'm gonna try not to get too sidetracked with outside students who don't have quests for me. Alright,
Well,
Sylvain.
there's Dorothea, Hilda, and Mercedes. Lady Rhea is quite the beauty too. And I must admit, I've even checked out Professor Manuela once or twice. You know, Professor, I think I'm going to like it at the Officers Academy. There are beautiful girls as far as the eye can see.
Alright, well, that's
Professor,
not cool.
I've got a small favor to ask.
But he does have a quest, so I'll take it. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome and enjoy your stay. Alright, let's do some gardening. You can get flowers, fruits, vegetables, you know, you've only got the one thing, so let's plant the seed. Infuse it with magic. It's free. I don't know what difference it makes. And then we wait. But for now, we've got some more seeds and some tomatoes.
Hi there.
Oh boy, can we start fishing? No, fishing has not been unlocked. Fishing is forbidden.
Hello there, Professor. Well, I call you that, but I am afraid I am not a student here myself.
Yeah, that's a
Should
shame.
an opportunity arise, I would love to become a student and begin my studies in earnest. The monastery is kind enough to provide a sanctuary for my brother and I. He's the only family I have.
Alright,
Might you
well,
help
let's...
me with a favor?
Ah. I think fishing has now been unlocked. It's not an RPG if you don't have a fishing minigame. Pick your bait. Time it right. Okay. I did it. I got a perfect fish. And my professor level went up a little bit. Whoops. Turn in our quest. Got some fish. Got some bait. And I guess now we're being formally introduced to the dining hall. Alright, so the thing about the dining hall, you pick 2 people to dine with. We'll pick Edelgard, and how about Dorothea?
Oh, I love this meal. How did you know?
I think I like this, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure.
So you try to find something that both people like. That will increase their motivation. It will build up their supports. My professor level has gone up. I've gone from E to E+. Now I get more stuff. So when you're exploring, you only have so many activity points. Eating a meal does take up one of those points. There are, of course, other activities that will take more points. Or that will also take points, rather. But for now, we've only got the one. I think we just got upgraded to 2 points, but it's not like raising your level gives you a refresh on those. They're restored every week, anyway. So let's find out what Edelgard has to say.
The dignity of the Empire rests on the results of the mock battle. That's an overstatement, of course. Still, we must do our best to prevail. You should take the time to learn each student's abilities. Perhaps some extra lessons and training sessions are in order? You look as if you have no idea what's going on here. I know my way around, so I'm happy to help you find your footing.
Alright, facilities.
Exceptional facilities that everyone who lives.
Yeah,
For example,
okay.
you can enjoy a meal with your students. I suggest visiting the various facilities whenever you have the time to spare.
Alright, there are things to do. Okay.
Have you noticed
Helpful.
the bulletin boards placed around the monastery? Those contain yourself. The bulletin board is updated.
Yeah, bulletin boards have quests, whatever.
You should take your time when speaking with everyone, but when it comes to using the facilities, well, you need to be more careful about that. If you use them without planning ahead, your free time will be gone before you know it.
Apparently, just being a better professor means you can do way more on your free time. Yeah, you get a button to just stop.
A great deal is expected from
Whenever you need
professors of the Officers
to.
Academy, so it's important to hone your skills. To put it plainly, you'll need to keep expanding your knowledge of all disciplines, not just battle.
Alright. Let's
Dimitri
meet
and
Hubert.
Claude are the leaders of the other two houses. Do not underestimate them. When we take the field, it would be best not to engage the both of them at once.
Sounds like a solid plan. Alright,
Listen to this.
let's just finish exploring. We don't have any points left. Sorry to say. Ferdinand's birthday. Alright.
Much appreciated.
Now it's time for the day of the battle. Most of the actual chapters, like the chapter battles, will come at the end of each month. More or less.
It's finally time for the mock battle. This is my chance to measure your worth as an instructor. Do you think you can rise to the challenge?
Yeah, leave it to me. Why not?
So confident. This will be interesting.
I am the
Each of us has
professor, after
undergone
all.
Strict training. We're prepared for anything that comes our way. That means there's no need to hold back. Show us what you're capable of.
Hey there! Did we miss our invite to this strategy meeting? No, no worries. We'll just join in now.
Simply tell me your weaknesses and you're welcome to stay. But is there enough time to cover them all?
Ah, so you can't win unless you know my weakness. Poor princess. You really should believe in yourself more.
I spare no effort when pursuing victory. As a master of schemes, I should think you would understand.
Schemes? Me? I have no idea what you're talking about. I plan to fight fair and square as ever.
Hearing the words fair and square from Claude can only be a bad omen.
Your Highnesses haven't known me for very long, but you already have me figured out, don't you?
No need to poke fun. I will fight with honor. That said, I will fight to win.
Yes, and the same is true of us. Right, Professor?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lose. I gotta
If that is how you feel, then I will not hold back.
prove I'm worthy of being a professor.
Precious. Looks like you and the students have become fast friends.
While I am pleased that you are taking the initiative to acquaint yourself with the students, I'm afraid it's about time for the faculty strategy meeting.
Ah, how time flies. In that case, I'll see you later.
Edelgard, Professor, be careful out there.
Alright, so what's the faculty gonna be up to? I wonder. Alright, magic. We'll get a brief rundown on magic. Magic functions very differently in this game compared to previous Fire Emblems. At least the ones that I've done on stream. Instead of having, you know, like tomes that you have to buy or whatever, the way magic works in this game is each battle, a magic-wielding unit can use a spell so many times. It depends on their class and the spell itself. Yeah. All magic has limited uses, but restored after battle. And, of course, it's determined... The spells they have access to is determined by their skill levels. And battle preparations, real quick. Pick your units. You can look at your items. Look at the map. Alright, that's the gist of it. So we can see all the other students on the battlefield here. We've even got the professors taking the battle. And I can't help but notice that we're kind of really outnumbered. We've only got... We can only use 5 people. And 2 of them have to be ourselves and Edelgard, so... Really, we only get 3 choices. That's interesting. Alright. What do we got here? Linhart does have magics. That's actually pretty helpful. I'm glad he's in there. Okay. Hubert's got magic. No weapon. Ferdinand has lance. That's fine. Everyone else is gonna get a chance. So let's just do it. Let's just fight.
The mock battle is finally here. Will you lead us to victory?
I'm sure you already understand, but the house that defeats the other 2 is declared the winner. Incidentally, I'll be overseeing this mock battle, so listen well if you want to win.
Alright.
Stay focused.
Getting some advice from Captain Dad. Why not? For whatever reason,
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
despite being professor, we're given free reign to beat up on some children. Don't worry about it.
Battle.
None of your shallow tactics are required, Claude. Ignatz and I will dismantle the opposition.
Me? But I'm not ready.
Are you making light of our new professor? If you drop your guard, you're gonna get hurt.
Ash, can you move to the front lines? I want to lure the enemy this way.
Got it, Your Highness. Leave it to me.
Once you finish preparing, make your move. Did you, Mercedes? Keep our enemy occupied until then. I'm on it.
How nice of them all to discuss their strategies where I can hear.
We'll try our best.
Alright, that's kind of a lot, but... Alright, let's see here. That's not even close to finish the job. That would work, though. Yeah, let's take a look at combat arts. Sure, it'll do a number on the lance, but let's go for it.
I've lost? Oh, unthinkable.
You are not.
Probably not fair that Ferdinand went in there with like an actual iron weapon and a feature that I'd been missing in Radiant Dawn. Was it in Radiant Dawn? Where you can just turn on the entire enemy attack range. How did I do that? There we go. Okay. This is also a good time, I suppose, to talk about how when you go into battles like this, you can actually kind of control how fast they play out.
You could have at least tried.
Alright, I'll take out poor Ignatz here. Or at least work on it. No, we can take him out. Nope, I changed my mind. What is his ability again? Ah. He doesn't do anything besides wait. He'll heal himself. Oh, just double checking. Alright, so that's half his HP. What if I do a little healing instead?
Well done.
The healing isn't strictly necessary, but it's fine. I'm sure Linhardt's going to be targeted next, but it's okay.
Seriously after all.
The funny thing about the Nosferatu spell, the last time we saw that... Oh, actually no. In Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, it is light magic. I was thinking of before that in Blazing Sword and Sacred Stones, it was dark magic. They have modified it since then, so now it only restores half the damage you deal instead of the full amount. But that's fine.
I've lost. The new professor is quite a commander.
Failure is not an option. I must get stronger.
Alright. Good start, I suppose. I'll have Linhardt heal. And see who we can draw out.
Let's use the forest to set up an ambush. I'm counting on your support, everyone.
If they're waiting in the forest, we do well to take a detour.
So there is this breakable wall here. But they're in the thickets, which gives them even more evasion and defense than a regular forest tile. So we're going to take Jeralt's advice and just go the other way. We'll just swoop in on the blue lions. And, you know, take advantage of that thicket ourselves.
Are you really gonna fight two houses at once? An impressive display of confidence.
This is a good opportunity for us. Let's forge ahead.
Wow.
I'm not setting a very good example.
Well, that was a pretty uninspired level. I think that is fair to say. That's alright. We'll get Hubert in there to do some damage. We'll let Ferdinand finish off Dedu here.
Apologies, Your Highness. I can go no further.
Only a fool challenges me.
Oh, I can use an axe if I really want. Of course, I don't really want. Yeah, I'll take the heal.
Thank you.
And since it's popped up twice, I guess I'll take a look at what the crests actually do. So I know this Ferdinand was the first one to activate his crest. Crests do, when they proc in battle, they'll have different effects. So you might remember the cancel ability from Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, where a unit can attack and then just say, no, you don't get to counterattack. That's what his does. I don't know what the activation chance is. All it's going to tell me is sometimes. I think it's a fixed chance, not something that's related to stats. Linhardt got a proc too. Raises might when using recovery magic. So it lets him heal a little more. That's nice. I'll just shove Edelgard in there. do some more combat arts. I've got the equipment for it. Maybe it'll scare her and make her run away.
You're a tough opponent, but I refuse to yield. Do not fool yourself into believing I will hold back.
Oh, poor Linhardt. Everyone's just picking on my sleepy boy. That is okay, though. I will make things work. I'll have him attack... Oh. I was going to say, well, I'll have him attack with a sword. Get some easy experience, and things will be okay. But, nope. Not going to work out that way. Alright, let's take a look at this. So this not only raises her attack power and her... Well, actually, did it raise her attack power? Yeah, it raises attack power, accuracy, and critical rate. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal, if you ask me. So, we'll go for it.
It's time. We can finally settle the question of who's stronger.
Very well. I accept your challenge. With you as my opponent, I won't hold anything back.
I would expect no less.
Well, it works.
It's a long road yet.
And she got some strength out of it, so that's cool.
My training was insufficient. I am so sorry, everyone. The rest is up to you.
Let's take a look at what her crest did there. Sometimes raises might when using combat arts. I think it raises might by 5? Yeah, because she was going to do 15 damage with a non-critical hit anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll keep Byleth healed up.
Well done.
Just skip that, thank you. Hubert's only got a few charges of magic left, so let's not use one of those on someone with such low HP.
This is as far as I can go.
Luck is always on my side.
Now, that's a pretty decent level. I'll get him going. Yeah, we'll just take a more defensive position. Claude will attack, but that's fine.
Coming up with brilliant schemes I can handle, no problem, but I'm not much for fighting. Go easy on me.
Byleth is not much of a talker.
Jeez, not so much as a smile.
Predictable.
All right. Well, we've already had Edelgard, and Dimitri.
Careful, Claude. I'll win no matter what, but you're only making things harder for yourself.
Losing hasn't even crossed your mind, has it? Ooh, this will be a bit of a shock then.
To shock was your intention to begin with, was it not?
You know what? I do like Claude. He's got just the right amount of sass. But Edelgard is good too. That seems like a worthy use of Hubert's magic.
Any experience is worth having.
Thank you for that insight, Hubert.
Losing. I guess I'll just have to settle for cheering the others on.
Alright, what do we got here? Yeah, that should get the job most of the way done.
Ouch! Was that really necessary?
Hilda, you're great, but come on, you just swung an axe in his face. You don't get to complain after that. Alright, we'll just wrap things up with Manuela here. We'll do it like this. Oh, that dang Nosferatu, though. I thought it would be cool to have Linhardt come in here and attack with a sword. But he is utterly incapable of finishing the job. Looks like his magic will do the trick, though.
Well done. I nearly wound up a patient in my own infirmary.
And I didn't even enjoy it.
Wow, Linhardt.
You've made it past Manuela, eh? I see now I must focus and then make my move.
Hubert only has the one charge left, so let's not have him advance too quickly. What I would like, though, is... looks like Professor Hanneman here isn't going to just come right out. Alright. That is fine. Alright, well, yeah, we'll just go with Professor on Professor violence.
Prepare yourself.
Ooh, even got to finish with a crit.
Goodness, the leadership of someone with actual battle experience is, well, I was as good as useless.
As expected.
Alright. Ooh,
All right,
intermediate
that's
seal.
that. The winner of this mock battle is the Black Eagle House.
Even though it was just a mock battle, we defeated both houses masterfully. Take pride in this victory, everyone.
Yeah, no one even fell. Good job, Hubert. Usually when a student is MVP, they'll get extra motivation at the end of it. That's a good thing.
Excellent work today, Professor. Though our victory should come as no surprise.
Yeah, it was easy. It was a little slow, but it was
Yes,
easy.
It was. Further proof that you're well qualified to guide the Black Eagles.
That was impressive, Professor. I mean, impressive. We gained a victory because of your great leadership.
We certainly did. We all tried our best, of course, but we couldn't have won without you.
I was curious what it would look like if you did not hold back, and you did not disappoint.
I dare say we owe our victory to Lady Edelgard.
How so? For that battle, she was only a soldier following our professor's command. Sure, she was an incredibly powerful soldier.
She did take out Dimitri.
Too much, Linhardt. All that matters is that we won.
I'm all done with being on the battlefield, okay? I'd rather stay back than pursue victory out there.
You were all as ridiculous as always. We only managed to win because we worked together. Was it something I said? Is it so odd, me talking about togetherness? If so, that perception must change. In fact, I'm canceling the festivities so we can discuss this topic further. I'm kidding, of course. Come on, everyone. We've earned this celebration.
Yeah, let's party. Beating the snot out of everyone
Your
else.
work with the students was remarkable. I can see Jeralt trained you well. I do hope you were able to use the occasion to bond with the students.
Yeah, sure did.
I'm so happy to hear it. Nothing would please me more than if you used this coming year to grow closer still.
Of course, the mock battle was mere practice. The real fight is the battle of the Eagle and Lion, which will take place during the Wyvern Moon. You are expected to properly train your students so as not to humiliate the Academy during the long-held tradition that is the coming battle.
As for today, I have called you here to tell you of your mission for the month ahead. Your class is to dispose of some bandits causing trouble nearby.
Again with the bandits. Although, like I said before, missions come at the end of the month. It just seems kind of weird that, you know, it's the end of the month in game. So we're getting our mission a whole month in advance before we have to, like, deploy and do something about it. And, like, bandits causing trouble for a month seems like something I would want to avoid. But, that's just the way the game is, I suppose.
Those affiliated with Garrigmach Monastery have a moral obligation to help those in need, regardless of social standing. Students are no exception. Each month before the newly birthed moon departs, each house of students must complete their assigned mission. You shall work to complete the task at hand alongside your students and report back to the Archbishop before the deadline. Understood? I will soon provide you with the necessary details for your first mission. If I told you now, I expect you would only forget, and I despise repeating myself.
I can sense something special within your heart. I have high hopes for you.
Bandits, they say. Do you recall when we first met? You shall not fall so shamelessly again, correct?
Yeah, I sure hope
No
not.
words for me. Do not tell me that you are shocked to hear from me. You ought to know that I am always with you now. To hear my voice should not come as a shock.
So, cool. We've got our own personal Navi. Although less annoying, I suppose. But, let's just say that I don't quite understand that.
Whatever shall I do with you?
Like, what the heck?
I am alive within the confines of your heart. I am unknown to all but you, but through your eyes and ears, I see and hear. Just listen to your heart, as you are doing now, and we may speak like this. That is all that I know.
Not sure I want any weird, pointy-eared children in my heart. I think I just want blood in my heart.
What is this nonsense? All I was told was to kill as many noble pipsqueaks as possible. No one said anything about the Knights of damn Seiros being on our trail.
You have proven yourself worthless, distracted by something so trivial.
Ooh.
I had hoped you would achieve your goal despite the setback. But now a child of the Knight's former captain is in play. How interesting.
Hey, this isn't what I agreed to!
Hiring a mercenary as a professor. What was that woman thinking?
Are you listening to me? How do we finish this?
You die.
What?
Underestimating the Knights was an amateur mistake. One you will pay for. The road to eternal torment awaits you all. Now I must locate your replacements.
Wait! Get back here! Damn you!
Well, that was mysterious.